Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're doing something a little bit different. Today I'm going to give you my top 10 list of essential things that you need as a sneakerhead. Some things on this list you may have already had experience with or you already do, but for anybody else these are just some ideas that I'm throwing out there which you could just come across and be like, damn, I cannot believe I never thought about that. Without further ado, let's not draw this out any longer, let's jump straight into number 10. Right, so the first thing I want to talk about is extra laces. Okay, so you just got your fresh pair of expensive ass shoes, and now you're figuring out that, you know what, I'm getting a little bit used to these laces. I want to freshen it up, I want to change it up. Well, this is when you need an extra pair of laces. A lot of sneakers actually already come with an extra pair of laces, a lot of Jordans specifically, but a lot of shoes don't. And of course, if you're familiar with Yeezys right now, they're kind of going through the whole unremovable laces that you have to snip off. This is a great opportunity to invest in some extra pairs of laces. You don't need to go crazy. Sometimes you actually need them because the color that they give you just doesn't go. Sometimes it is just more of like you want to freshen up your pair of sneakers. You just want to give them a new look, and that's exactly what extra pairs of laces do. So I actually lace swapped this pair of Yeezys just to represent what I'm trying to say. So this is the original. You can see this is the kind of laces that they come with, just the regular kind of sand color, and this is the lace swap. Now of course you can go a way different color. I just thought that this was kind of the one that matched the most, and of course this one reflects, so that just makes it look even cooler. Now that's not the only benefit of having this lace swap specifically with this pair of Yeezys. As you know, if you've got any experience with some of the Yeezy models, or you've changed out the infinity loop lacing systems, you know that the ones they give you are extremely long, and a lot of times it just looks a little bit awkward when you try and lace up a pair of specifically 350s like this here. This is kind of how I wore it before, whereas now it's just a little bit more clean, right? The laces I got were a little bit shorter. Now you can play around with this and get different sizes, but as you can see here, this is the two different lengths. So I'll put them together at the top, spread them out. That's how much extra lace that you're getting with the original pair. But I thought I would throw that in there as probably a pretty damn important one. These are the laces that I got. They're pretty damn cheap. I can't actually remember how much I paid, but I got 3 different sets, and you can adjust the kind of length that you want, the color that you want, whether you want reflective or just a regular set. And I got this on Amazon, so I can't actually remember, but I'll link it down in the description if you wanted a pair. But there's plenty of other places. Again, with this whole list, nothing is sponsored. I don't think that anything I have is specifically better than anything you can find. It's just to give you an idea of what is available out there. Right, next up, number 9 on my list. This one is a little bit more significant to an individual, because this one I'm talking about getting a pair of cropped joggers or cargo pants. So again, everybody has a different style, everybody dresses differently, and of course that is your main thing, right? You dress the way you dress, I dress the way I dress. That's completely cool. I'm not telling you how to dress, but I am telling you that sometimes you can get a little bit crazy with the trousers and they just make the shoes look trash. Again, this list is for someone who is a sneakerhead and your main focus is showing off your pair of sneakers. In my opinion, basically, if you're getting a pair of cuffed joggers or cargo pants or just anything that kind of is cuffed at the ankle, it just shows off the shoe a lot better. Now, of course, this depends on a lot of different factors. Depends what shoe you're wearing, whether it goes with the fit, but I think generally speaking, with joggers and with cargo pants, something that you're going to be wearing a lot of the time, these are your perfect items to go for something that you can just wear on a daily basis, and it shows off the shoes pretty damn well. Next up on the list, okay, you have bought your fresh pair of sneakers, or maybe you have an entire collection. Well, where the hell are you gonna put it? Are you just gonna store it underneath your bed, collecting dust, getting kicked around, or just laying around the room? No, you need somewhere to put it. You don't need the stereotypical wall, the shrine of sneakers, but you do want somewhere to store your shoes, to know that they're not gonna be collecting dust and aging and just getting exposed to the elements. You want a safe place to put it. Now, of course, you can have a wall of sneakers, and sometimes that goes with your room. It could actually look pretty damn cool, but if you don't want that, you can just invest in some sneaker boxes. Something like this works extremely well. Now, again, you can get plenty of different types. You can get some that are super expensive and some that are pretty damn cheap, but If you look at something like this, you pretty much, it is clear on the side, so you know exactly what shoe you're going for. You lift this little magnetic opening here, which I think is a pretty cool touch, and you slide your shoes in, you shut them in, and they are safe. Now, this just avoids the opportunity for you to spill stuff on it and just pretty much get them ruined. Again, you are spending a lot of money on sneakers. It is a good idea to store them in a place where they're not going to get trashed. Right, number 7 on the list, and this one is a little bit crazy, right? It's a little bit extreme, and it's something I'm personally not really out here doing, but it is a potential, and some people may already be doing it, and that is investing in some sole protectors. Now, again, it's something I don't actually do, I don't actually have, because for me personally, it's just not my thing. I don't really see the value in putting something on the bottom of your shoe to protect it. Now, of course, that doesn't mean there's no value in it at all. If you are someone who's a little bit more extreme and you really just want to keep your shoes exactly the way they came, you may want to grab a pair of sole protector. Now, this is something essentially, it's like putting a super durable sticker on the bottom of your shoe. You use a heat gun or a hair dryer and it adheres to the bottom so that when you're walking around, all that dirt and stuff that gets on the bottom of your shoe you can just peel it off and it is brand new again. Upon looking around, they're a little bit more expensive than I would have liked to pay for. Just know that you're going to be adding at least an extra 20-30 pounds on top of the already expensive price on your shoes, and I believe if you decide to wear that shoe, it kind of looks a little bit better with a little bit of wear and tear. Number 6 on the list, and this one is a necessity. This one is not even negotiable, you need this, and that is a sneaker cleaning kit. Doesn't matter what brand you get, it doesn't matter whether you prefer some over others, you just need a pretty decent kit that has all of the stuff that you need. Now, the main thing you need is the sneaker cleaning solution, or whatever you call it, the detergent, but this is a very specific kind of solution that is only or is created to be used for sneakers. Now, a lot of the times other people will add different levels of brushes in there, things to kind of wipe off any really deep stains or marks on your shoes, and of course they'll add like a towel and different varying things. Some brands add more to the kit than others, but essentially just shop around, you can get a pretty decent kit. This is something that I think every sneakerhead should have. This is something that I use on a regular basis, but any sneaker cleaning kit will roughly do the job. You want to put down the toothbrush and the regular water that you've been using, and a lot of the time some of the detergent that you get that you would use for laundry, some of the powder, some of the liquid, it just may not react with the shoe. It may actually ruin the shoes, so you may want to just, to be on the safe side, considering you have spent a lot of money on these shoes, you probably want to go with something that you know is safe. Right, we are in the middle, number 5 on my list, and this is something I've actually recently just bought, and I think I should have got this ages ago. A UV torch. This little thing you can literally pick up on Amazon for about £10, and it potentially could save you a whole lot of money. So there's a couple use cases for this. The main use case, which probably you've seen plenty of sneakerheads use it, is the UV light. Now, the UV light that is on this essentially can be used to legit check, or at least help you legit check, your pair of shoes. So a lot of times when you shine your UV light on a pair of shoes, you can kind of see the stitching and you can see if there's any glue stains or anything that just looks a little bit funky. You kind of have to have a little bit of experience when you're using this, but you can get to learn it. Specifically, if you have seen or you have some fakes lying around, you can test it out with some of those and of course compare it to the originals. For the most part, some of the pretty obvious fakes will have a lot of glue stains and stitching that just looks pretty wild and nothing like the original, but it is definitely worth the investment. If you're ever going to meet up someone to buy their pair of shoes, you just take this with you, give it a once over, just so you can be extra confident. And of course, another use case for this is to make your sneakers glow. Number 4 on my list, and this is going to be something that's more important to some than others, but essentially just get your damn sock game up. A lot of sneakers actually look best when there's a little bit of sock action showing through on the shoes. And again, this comes right back to, the kind of cuffed jogger look. If you are going for that, you want some nice crispy socks. You don't want those gray, brown, dusty socks with holes all over them. Even nowadays, there's a lot of shoes that are having translucent elements on them where you can see right through to your socks. So it's even more important now than ever to invest in some really crispy socks. So it's not like you have to get any specific ones or any kind of branded ones, but you just want something that kind of, it just looks clean. You know, get yourself a couple black pairs, a couple white pairs, and of course I'm talking about the longer socks. A lot of times you see people who are wearing shorts or something where you can see their socks and their socks just look trash. And they're wearing this super expensive shoe, this really cool pair of shoes, and this just ugly ass sock is coming through and you're like, what the hell are you doing? One of the best feelings in life is putting on a fresh, brand new pair of socks and stepping into a brand new pair of shoes. Number 3 on the list, and this one is just essentially learn how to legit check. I know this one is pretty tough because I'm not essentially telling you to literally go out, research, and spend hours on learning how to legit check, but at least gain a general knowledge of what to look out for when you're getting a pair of shoes. Not only is this gonna help you from buying fakes, but it's also gonna give you a little bit more peace of mind when you actually get a genuine pair and you don't have to think to yourself, are these fake, are these not? If you just brush up on some of the basics, like learning what a real pair looks like, you know, doing a little bit more research, getting familiar with the pairs of shoes. Of course, this comes with time as well, getting more real pairs in hand. You'll be able to use that knowledge of those legit shoes if you ever come into some fakes in the future. Right, this next one is actually something I almost use, I'd at least say on a weekly basis or every couple of days, but that is getting some shoe wipes. Now I say shoe wipes, not meaning you need to get the branded stuff that costs like 20 pounds extra. You just need something to wipe your shoes with. But if you're just walking around and you get splashed and there's just a little speck of dirt or there's just a little piece of mud on the shoe, well, I think that is perfect for some wipes. Now, personally, this is something I've used. I know there's plenty of actual sneaker wipes, but I don't really believe you need that. I've been using these Pound household wipes for a long time now, and this always works. This just helps you remove any scuffs or any crap that's on your shoes. It keeps the longevity up. You know, if you can remove some of the smaller marks, then you don't have such a massive job when you're going to clean them. And of course, if you're just running out of the house and your shoes have a bunch of scuffs on them, you could just rub them off and you're back to looking fresh as hell. Right, final one on my list, and this one some people love and some people are just like, nah, I don't need it. And that is some kind of shoe spray. So this is like a water repellent. So when you spray this on, you guys have seen the adverts, you know, when you spray this on and then they're splashing water, ketchup, mustard, and all kinds of crap on the shoe and it just falls off. I'd say the most useful use case I have found for this is when it's raining outside. It not only repels the water that's coming down from the heavens, but it also kind of stops that splashback that you get from whatever terrain you're walking on. This is relatively inexpensive and it does add an extra layer of durability to your shoes that you've paid so much damn money for. Right, one more. I just want an honorable mention, okay? Just one more, a honorable mention. This is something that I haven't used, but I know a lot of people have been talking about this and that a lot of people have been pretty hyped about these things. So this is a crease protector. I've got 2 different sizes, a small and a large. You slide them into your shoes and it just prevents creasing. Get 2 of them in a pack and they're pretty malleable, like they're not super solid, and you don't really feel them when you're wearing them. It might feel a little bit odd if your toes kind of come up and you rub against this plastic instead of the fabric. And again, these are only for specific shoes. So I wouldn't really use these with any prime knit or sock-like fit sneakers. It would mainly be for like your Jordans, your Air Forces, potentially your Dunks as well. But it just stops that toe box crease that you normally get. I know that's a big problem. People hate creasing. Personally, I don't know. I don't really mind it. It depends how savage the material creases. If there's anything in this video that I think is worth it, I will drop it down in the description below. But that about wraps up this video. Thank you guys so much for liking, commenting, and of course subscribing. I hope you enjoyed this video. A lot of work putting all this stuff together, but of course this is a good time, man. I'm not saying this was so difficult you need to like the video, but this was so difficult you need to like the video. But hey, that is the end of my list. Let me know if there's anything I left off that you think is an essential for any sneakerhead. Again, thank you so much for coming through. Thank you for liking, thank you for commenting, and of course supporting the channel. Thank you guys for 5K, and I will catch you all in the next one. Actually, let's go with these. I'll catch you in the next one.